This is not for everyone. Welcome back to Blazing Sky. Today I'm going to tell you why this isn't for everyone. Now when I say this is not for everyone, I don't mean the Yasma N10 Pro. I like this thing, I love it a lot, but I mean e-biking in general. Now take a ride with me and I'll tell you guys why I don't think e-bikes are for everyone. The sun is bright. Alrighty, where should I begin? Before anybody starts knocking me on the comments and stuff like that, let me tell you about my riding experience. I've been riding gas-powered motorcycles, bikes of all kinds for over 30 years. My family and I have only been e-biking for about 3 years now. I still love gas bikes, but really, there's nothing like an e-bike. I've ridden bikes from, little 50cc dirt bikes, scooters, 600cc and 1000cc sport bikes, cruisers, all kinds of dirt bikes of different sizes. I used to be one of those go fast guys and wanting to drag knee at every corner and stuff like that, but as years went by and my riding evolved, I became more of a stunt rider. I still got the love for speed, but a different kind of speed. E-bikes, they're not the fastest, with the top speed and all that stuff. They're faster in acceleration. High torque, right off the line. Go ahead. Okay, back to what I was saying, guys. E-bikes, they're fun. I think everyone should get one if they know how to ride, if they know how to obey the rules of the road, if they're responsible enough. I don't think an e-bike should be anyone's first bike. If one of my kids asked me for an e-bike today, I probably would buy them one, but a certain kind. I wouldn't go buy my kid an Ultra B or something for their first bike. That's just nutso. Even though Bray is old enough to get his motorcycle license now, here in the state of Oklahoma, you can get your motorcycle license at 14, 15, but you have to take the motorcycle safety course, and you got to go and take the test. You have to have parent consent and stuff like that. And then, of course, I'd buy him a street legal motorcycle that he could ride around, I think if you buy your kid an e-bike and he or she is under 14 or 15, that it should be a supervised ride. Also, if they're going to be riding anything, I'd want them to start off on a dirt bike, off-road. Riding off-road and dirt is plenty of fun, but it also it's a little more rough than riding on, pavement. It's a little less predictable. It changes depending where you are or what time of year it is and stuff like that. The terrain changes. Let them build the experience on a dirt bike first before buying anything that can be ridden on the street. So that way they can learn certain maneuvers and stuff like that. Okay, how to handle bumps and potholes at what speed, when to brake, brake control. Dirt riding is a great trainer. Like, if you're really good at riding in the dirt, you're gonna be a great street rider. It does make you a better rider. If you don't know the laws of the road, you should not be on the road. Yeah, make sure that before you give them a bike that they're gonna ride on the street, that they know the laws of the road. Stop at stop signs, don't run red lights, yield for pedestrians, no blasting down the sidewalk at 50 miles an hour. E-bikes are a lot of fun, but they're very powerful. Make sure you get your kid a bike that's that they can handle, and something that they can't outgrow too fast. Something that's got different power modes that you can control. Make sure you know the laws surrounding e-bikes in your area, because it could be different. You don't want the police to impound a $5,000 e-bike, guys, for real. You want to make sure your kid's safe on this $5,000 e-bike too. You got to make sure he can ride it. Falling at 15 miles an hour on a pedal bike is a lot different than falling 50 miles an hour on an e-bike. I've been seeing a lot of reports and stuff like that about kids dying on e-bikes, all these crashes and stuff like that. Those ride outs are getting too huge, and they're taking up every lane. It's pissing drivers off. Some drivers think they're driving tanks, and you're just an ant to them. So no, I don't think e-bikes are for everyone. You don't want to get a call one day and be like, oh, your kid's in the hospital. Why? He got in an e-bike crash. What the hee-haw? I love riding with my family, and I try to teach them every bit of the way while we're riding the laws of the road, how to be respectful to other drivers and riders around you. Yeah, I'll buy them an e-bike, but certain ones. And like Braden proved that he could ride something like this, but he knows not to be riding in the street. Yeah, get your kids to start off in the dirt first. It'll make them better riders, no doubt. I'm not saying don't buy your kids a bike, just saying not every e-bike is the same, not every rider is the same. Make sure your kids always have a helmet. I don't know why I see a bunch of kids out there with $5,000 e-bikes, or even more expensive than that, riding around with no helmet. Come on, how much is your head worth? E-biking's fun, y'all. The only drawback is the batteries don't last all day. You can have fun all day on one tank of gas on a gas bike. But no, I wish, e-bikes didn't take so long to charge and stuff like that. I wish they lasted longer on a charge. Ooh, late apex. Yeah, e-bikes just go, man. I wasn't even recording. That was some bullshit. I was flying through this trail. Oh, man. Give it another go. Here I go. Oh my gosh. For real, y'all. Trail riding on these things is fun. Don't let nobody tell you nothing else. You know, there's no hate in the two-wheel world. Like, y'all shouldn't be prejudiced against any kind of bike. You know, I love all bikes. They're all fun in their own way. Oh my gosh. Woo! Hella fun, y'all. So yeah, best thing you can do is to be more involved in your kids' life instead of just buying them things. And if you're buying them something, make sure you know what it's all about too. You know, do your own research on the kind of bike that they want. Don't just swipe the card and say go. You know, instead of buying one, buy two, buy three, buy one for the whole family. But buy the right one for each person. Something else I want to mention, you know, like, I'm not invincible. I've been in 3 gas motorcycle wrecks myself and 2 e-bike wrecks. The only thing that helped me when I crashed was seeing it coming. I knew it was gonna happen. In my crashes, I fell or I flew many feet, many yards, and you know, it all felt like it happened in the blink of an eye. You only have a split second to actually realize what's happening and react to it. So I knew how to tuck and roll, flip like a ninja, stuff like that. And it, you know, the only thing I got out of all my wrecks were like maybe some road rash and soreness. This is really the best budget e-bike out there too. This Yasma N10 Pro. It's got great power. Like, I'm a full-grown adult and I have fun on this thing. I wish the whole family was out riding right now, but we're down to 1 e-bike and 1 gas bike, y'all. Trying to build our collection back up. Yep.
Wait, is that the Pro?
Yep. All right. If anything I said made any sense to anybody, give me a like. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one.